Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. So, in case you didn't know, at the end of May, well, towards the last week of May, we got Star Wars Celebration. This was like a week dedicated to just a bunch of Star Wars stuff. Kenobi came out in that week. And Disney dropped a bunch of Star Wars projects that they're going to be doing in the future. A lot of these they did announce last year at I think it was last year or the year before at another Star Wars celebration, and I did do a video talking about all the shows and movies they're making. This video is sort of similar to that in the sense that I will be talking about the upcoming shows in the next year or two, and I will be giving my thoughts on these Star Wars shows that Disney has more or less announced. Now, these aren't all of them, and I know there's probably a lot more they mentioned. And on top of that, I am also not mentioning the movies for a very specific reason. The movies are very confusing. Disney has announced, I think, like 6 or so Star Wars movies, and none of them seem to be connecting to each other, and we don't really know the plot of any of them. I know one's going to be directed by Taika Waititi. I know another one is supposed to be, I think, a sequel to Rogue One. I don't know if it takes place in between episode 4 or 5, but like it's called Rogue Squadron, and then like they have a whole other trilogy in the works. I don't know if it's gonna be canon to the Skywalker saga. I don't know if it's gonna be set in another place in the galaxy in another time period. It's a mess. So when it comes to the movies, it's a complete mess. I have no idea what's going on. So in this video alone, I'm only going to be talking about the TV shows they've announced that are coming out in 2023 and 2024, and of course the ones coming out at the end of 2022. Kenobi's not on the list as that is a show that is currently airing, so I will not be talking about it. But nonetheless, this is my ranking of all the most anticipated, or at least what I think, of all the most anticipated Star Wars shows Disney has announced, and what I think of these shows. I'll be giving my quick thoughts on these, or what I think of these shows. Do I want to see them? Will I sleep on them? And how excited am I for these shows? So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off at number 9, we have Droid Story. So Droid Story is also another one I am very much unclear of. I don't know if it's a movie, like a Disney Plus movie, or a TV show, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one. I don't even know like what the whole plot of this. I don't even know what the plot of this like movie or show or special is. I just kind of know it's about the droids. I don't even know if it's going to focus on C3PO or R2D2. Nonetheless, I'm not excited for this one. It just sounds like it's a filler movie special TV show that Disney just kind of wanted to get out, which is weird because like there was also like another Star Wars series based around the droids, like an animated show from like the 80s, I think, and also no one watched that one because apparently it was like really boring. Either way, I'm not looking forward to this one. I love the droids in Star Wars. I love my R2D2, but like there is no way in hell I'm ever gonna watch a story focused on them. At number 8, we have Lando. So also this one, I'm not entirely sure what the show is about. I don't know if it's gonna focus on post original trilogy Lando, like what he does in between episode 6 and 9, I guess, or if it's gonna focus on Lando post Solo, a Star Wars story. So if it's gonna focus on him from like Solo to episode 5, it's kind of a mystery as to what they're gonna do. I do know it's gonna be about Lando. I know it's gonna be about him kind of dealing with the underworld in Star Wars, like the mafia and like spice runners and whatnot. I just have no idea what the show is about whatsoever. But this is also another one where I think I might sleep on it because like I like Lando as a character, and you know I'm excited for like Donald Glover to play him again or whoever's gonna play him. I'm just not feeling it, man. Like the thing with about Star Wars to me, and I think I said this even before in like past videos, I love the Force and Star Wars and Jedi. That is what I love about Star Wars. Focusing on like non-Force users, you know, people who use blasters all the time, and like smuggling stuff on Star Wars, it's not interesting to me. It's good world building. It's just not interesting. I don't care about the politics in Star Wars. I care about the wars in Star Wars. So I'm not excited for Lando. But with that being said, that also leads me to talk about Andor at number 7. Now, Andor is also another show I think I might sleep on. And honestly, I hate to say that because I think I might have to watch this show, albeit forcefully or not out of will. Because apparently they've already started talking about season 2 and 3. Yeah, this show is already planned to have 3 seasons. The first season's already done, and I think it has like 12 episodes to it. And really, guys, you're gonna give Andor 12 episodes, but Kenobi only gets 6. What the hell is this kind of planning? You knew we were looking forward to Kenobi for so long. Nobody wanted Andor. And at this point, I feel like Andor is secretly like, who's the Disney exec? Bob Chappelle. I think it's Bob Chappelle's favorite Star Wars character. How do you have 3 seasons focusing on a non-Star Wars user just fighting the Empire? And we already know how the story ends. Andor dies in Rogue One. Like, there are no stakes when it comes to like Andor's story. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people are like really excited for this show. I just don't get it. I don't understand why anyone is looking forward to this. this. I wish I could say I'm sleeping on it, but given it's having 3 seasons, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of canon and a lot of lore, so I might have to watch it, though I don't think I'll enjoy it too much. Maybe they'll bring in cameos, who knows, we'll get to see a bunch of Star Wars characters from like all over the galaxy. And given that it takes place, I'm assuming in between Rebels and A New Hope, maybe we'll get to see some characters from Rebels, who knows. But again, I doubt it because I'm assuming, again, it takes place in between those two time periods. I don't think we've been given a proper establishment as to when this show takes place, but I'm assuming because it's a show on the Rebels, it'll probably take place in between Rebels and A New Hope, which is like 2 years, so I doubt they're gonna do a bunch of this show. Not really looking forward to it. But now we're getting into the shows I'm actually looking forward to. Shows that I do think are gonna be good and I will genuinely enjoy them and will probably be some of Star Wars' best content, starting with number 6, The Bad Batch. This is a show I am excited for. Well, season 2 actually. The Bad Batch season 2. Season 1's already out. But The Bad Batch season 2, I'm excited for this season for a lot of good reasons. Well, for one, the trailer looks epic as hell. And it does seem like it's going to be more story focused this season. Season 1 was good in my opinion. I do think Season 1 had a lot of strengths and a lot of things going for it. The problem is it had too much stuff going for it. I think 16 episodes was a bit too much for the first season, and therefore it kind of just had to make a bunch of filler episodes. And I feel like those filler really were more of a detriment to the show than it was helping me. Because even with the filler episodes, you'd expect that we get some character development or some growth with our main characters. But it just wasn't. It was a lot of filler. I feel like 16 episodes was too tall of an order for it. Maybe if it carried down to like 10 or 12, that would have helped it a lot. But 16 really did feel like it was struggling. I still think the pilot is one of the best things Star Wars has ever done. And I do think that if they carry that same energy into Season 2, it will definitely work. So my big hope for Season 2 is that it's a lot more story focused, a lot more character focused, and we just get bigger spectacles. As far as I know, we're going back to Kashyyyk. And seeing as this show takes place a few weeks or months after Revenge of the Sith, then you know we're gonna have the Battle of Kashyyyk. Because for those Star Wars fans who don't know, the Battle of Kashyyyk was like this huge event in the books and the video games and whatnot. It was never a thing in the movies, but like in the books and video games, it was like a huge piece of lore. This is when the Empire invaded Kashyyyk and they enslaved a lot of the Wookiees there so that they would build the Death Star. The Wookiees would be enslaved to start like working in factories and whatnot to build the Death Star. So given that we're gonna go visit Kashyyyk in a post Revenge of the Sith time, I do think we're gonna get the Battle of Kashyyyk in this season, which, if you ask me, is gonna be pretty awesome. And I think Vader was also involved in that battle, so it's also gonna be a really big thing. Also, so Cody is gonna be in the show, and him and Crosshair seem like they're gonna have some drama between them, so I'm all here for it. And the little Wookiee Jedi from the Clone Wars, he's also making an appearance. So this season already has a bunch of good things going for it. I really do hope it makes good use of the 16 episodes it's given. And the Battle of Kashyyyk, yeah, that one's gonna be a long one. It better be a long arc. Next up at number 5, we have Tales of the Jedi. So for those who don't know, this is apparently like a little anthology series Disney's making. I don't know if it's anthology or like it's a mini series, but or a limited series, but I do know it's gonna consist of 6 episodes, and I think it's gonna come around November, if I'm not wrong. That's what Disney said. So this series focuses on the years before Phantom Menace, like a couple of years leading up to Phantom Menace. So, and we're gonna focus on 2 major stories. So the 6 episodes are gonna focus on 2 major stories. We're gonna focus on baby Ahsoka, how Ahsoka was born, and how the Jedi found her, and how she came to be a Jedi trained in the academy. And the second story we're focusing on is Count Dooku, how I'm assuming Count Dooku probably left the Jedi Order and sought the Sith to get more power. And I guess, it's more of a self-discovery journey for Count Dooku, where instead of coming out a better person, he comes out a Sith. So he probably leaves the Jedi because he feels incomplete. He comes across Sidious, and Sidious names him, makes him his apprentice, and he becomes the next Sith. I'm guessing it's going to be a more self-discovery episode, story for Count Dooku, maybe to focus on him. I don't really know a lot about this series. I just know it's taking place before Episode 1, a couple years before Episode 1. Count Dooku will we'll see Count Dooku become a Sith. Maybe we'll get to see Qui-Gon Jinn. Maybe we'll get to see Obi-Wan and Yoda and all that stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get to see Darth Plagueis, because Darth Plagueis was alive all the way up till Episode 1, in the Darth Plagueis book, that is. I don't know if it's canon or Disney decided to legend it, but I do know in that book Darth Plagueis was alive during the events of the Phantom Menace, so who knows? Seeing as this show takes place a few years before, we could see him, and it would be fun to see that and see the build up to his death. I doubt we're really gonna get a lot of lore in here. I said it's like a mini series and it's only gonna be 6 episodes long. But I am interested to see what they're gonna do with it. So Tales of the Jedi, kind of excited for it. Really, there's a lot of potential to work with there. And no, it's interesting to see what the galaxy would have been like pre Phantom Menace. But for a show that I really do think will work pre Phantom Menace, let's talk about the Acolyte. So this is a show that's gonna talk about how the Sith came into power, how they manipulated their way past the Jedi. They were able to disguise themselves past the Jedi and now get into like these powerful seats in the Senate, and how eventually Palpatine would become Emperor. The Acolyte, from what it sounds like, from like what I know about it, sounds a lot like the Darth Plagueis book to me. Because in that Darth Plagueis book, Plagueis and Palpatine were both talking about like bringing an empire, bringing back the empire of the Sith. And apparently, Palpatine had given Plagueis this idea, and then Plagueis had planted like the seeds for Palpatine to work on. So when Palpatine killed Plagueis, he kind of used whatever Plagueis had already like established for him to now start growing his secret empire. And then, as we know, that worked out well for Palpatine as he finally established his empire. But from what the Acolyte sounds, it sounds as if now they're kind of gonna rework that canon a bit so that it's not Plagueis and Palpatine who come up with that plan. Instead, it's gonna be like the Sith before them, because the Acolyte takes place 100 years before the Phantom Menace. So it means a lot of the characters we know are not gonna be there. So like Qui-Gon, Count Dooku, they're probably not gonna be there. I do think Yoda will be there because like dude's like 900, so he's definitely gonna be there. And I do think Plagueis could be there. I don't think he will be there, because if this show really is set like 100 years before the Phantom Menace, Plagueis at this point in time will probably be like university age, because in the Darth Plagueis book, when he meets Palpatine, he's 100 years old, or at least in human years, Plagueis would have been 100 years old. And seeing as again the Plagueis book takes place a few years before Phantom Menace, it's safe to assume he'd probably be like a teenager or something in the Acolyte. So I doubt we'll see him, but I do think we could see his Sith master. So Plagueis' Sith master was like a Twi'lek. I think you guys might have seen some fan art of like Twi'lek Sith. She's like black and red, sort of like Darth Maul to an extent, except Twi'lek. So maybe we'll see his master, maybe we'll see her master, because yeah, it is a she, so focusing on a she Sith would definitely be something Disney want to do right about now. But yeah, I do think there's a lot of potential for the Acolyte. It will be interesting to see how the Sith gain to power, especially at a point in time when the Jedi essentially like rule the galaxy and they are the most powerful. So it would be interesting to see how the Sith sneak their way into power, and then how they go about it while also avoiding the Jedi and other officials who plan to stop them. And again, I do think we could get some cool characters in. Oh wait, no, Plagueis was trained by Tenebrous. Tenebrous' master was the Lady Sith, now the Twi'lek Sith. So even then, it makes it better. So we could see the Twi'lek Sith, we could see Tenebrous, and we could see Plagueis. There's a lot of potential here. So yeah, the Acolyte, I think a lot of potential to tell a good story pre Phantom Menace. As you can see, this and Tales of the Jedi are in that spot for a reason. However, we come into number 3, Star Wars Vision Season 2. So this one I just found out a few days ago, but Disney did announce Star Wars Vision Season 2, and let me just say, I cannot be more happier. So I'm kind of a good guy on anime. I kind of watch a lot of anime. I'm not like a weeb or anything who's watched like every single anime in existence. I watch a nice handful of anime: Attack on Titan, Code Geass, Akame ga Kill, those kinds of things. I kind of just watch action anime basically. So hearing them make Star Wars Vision Season 2, I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with that. I really liked Season 1, or at least majority of Season 1, like Lop and Ocho, Toby, and gosh, what is this one? There's another one that they made that was really good. I can't remember. The dual the twins. I really love the twins. So I really like some of the episodes from that one. And now they're making a season 2. And season 2, fun fact, is not even gonna be just based in Japan. The whole point of Star Wars Vision Season 1 was to give the Japanese animators a chance to like come into the Star Wars universe. As we know, the show isn't canon, but like it was a chance for Japanese animators to make something Star Wars related, something to combine Star Wars and anime, two things that really should have been combined more in the past. And that's what it was about. Season 2, however, instead of just focusing on Japan and like anime, now they're branching worldwide. From what I know, Disney has said that they're going to be going to a lot of countries for their animators. So like they're going to South Africa, India, Brazil, Spain, I think Portugal and France as well. So we're going to get not just a season with Japanese animators and like anime, we're going to get animators from all over the world. So I appreciate the ambition, and I cannot wait to see the different styles from like the different countries and continents. But if we're talking about it as well, I do think it'll probably still stick to the 9-10 episode rule. So I don't think they're going to continue any stories from season 1. because like the whole point of season 1 is that it was an anthology series. So I do think they're definitely gonna keep that beat up with season 2. It's still gonna be an anthology series. I do think that we're not gonna have any episodes tied to each other, but in a perfect world, I would like to see them continue the story of like Lop and Orcho, the twins. A lot of people say they want to see the duel. Personally, I'm not a fan of it, but I would like to see them kind of continue the Ninth Jedi. They did surprisingly a lot in 20 minutes, so I'd like to see them attempt to do that again. But yeah, Star Wars Visions, my third most anticipated Star Wars show. And number 2, we have The Mandalorian Season 3. This one, I don't even need to say anything. Everyone is hyped up for this one. Season 2 ended in like 2021. And now by the time season 3 comes out, it should have been 2 years. 2 years since the last season. I think that's the longest break we've had in between seasons of like a show ever. Well, not really. But like a Disney show specifically. That's a long break. And given that even Loki season 2 was pushed to 2023, the Marvel fans must even feel bad about that one. 2 years just waiting for the next season. But yeah, Mandalorian season 3 is coming out in 2023. We're gonna get Mando and Grogu probably going to Mandalore. I do think they're gonna have to go join like a Mandalorian tournament just to determine who'll keep the dark saber. Will Mando be the new leader of Mandalore? I highly doubt it, but I really do want to see these guys go on their new adventures together. For those who might be confused as to what happened to Grogu at the end of season 2, you would have to watch the Book of Boba Fett to understand Mandalorian season 3. Hopefully they have like something to recap the events from the Book of Boba Fett, so you don't have to watch the whole show. But basically, yeah. So Mando gets Grogu back. Grogu decides to not be a Jedi anymore and decides to join Mando in his adventures. But maybe we'll still see Grogu use the Force. A lot of people are really excited for the show. I am too. Very hyped for it. And I just found out as well. That ties into this show. Jon Favreau, the creator of this show, just announced that he's already like finished the script to season 4. So not only is the Mandalorian season 3 like filmed and ready to go and now ready to like release in 2023, but even season 4 is already underway and the script is already done for it. So hey, I'm excited for that as well. So let's go, Disney. And at last, we have my most anticipated Star Wars show of all time, Ahsoka. There is so many reasons why I am excited for this one. Basically, the same reasons I'm excited for Ahsoka are the same reasons why I was excited for Kenobi. Both shows were essentially announced in the same year because Star Wars Rebels ended in 2018 and Kenobi was also announced in 2018. And I really wanted to see the story of Rebels continue. However, we didn't get any confirmation for an Ahsoka show until that Star Wars Celebration that came out like a year or two ago. And that's when I was like, oh crap, they're making an Ahsoka show, sick. And I am really hyped up for this. For those who don't know, I have a Wattpad account, and on that account I write like Star Wars fan fiction. And that on that Star Wars fan fiction, it's based off sort of the ending of Rebels, and I already have like the ending planned out. But that ending is supposed to tie the ending of Rebels to what I think would happen afterward. So you can tell I am really excited for Star Wars, for the Ahsoka show. There is so much they can do there, and like I think it's also gonna be a limited series. I really hope they don't do what they did with Kenobi and make it 6 episodes. Please, like make it 8, 10, or 12. You really need time to flesh out this story. And like that's my biggest fear with Kenobi. I know I promise I won't talk about Kenobi, so I'm just gonna make this quick. I know with Kenobi it's like 6 episodes, and I really don't think that's enough time for them to tell their story. I appreciate the ambition, but it's not enough time to tell their story, for Kenobi to be a cool Jedi again, for him to beat Vader, and at the end of the day, for him to kind of just, I don't know, kind of put us where episode 4 would be. I really feel like with a show like Kenobi, it should be treated with the utmost importance. It should be treated like it's a spectacle, and that each episode should build up on the last. They should really give their all in every episode. Make every episode what the final arc of the Clone Wars was. Like, you know, the Mandalore arc in Clone Wars season 7, that's what Kenobi should be. Every episode should feel like an episode from the Mandalore arc in Clone Wars. But sadly, that doesn't seem to be the case. I don't hate Kenobi, and I'm not gonna give my review on it until the show is done, but I am gonna say, please, Disney, please, let that show at least land properly on its feet. And that's the same worry I have for Ahsoka. I feel like Ahsoka can be a good show. It just needs to stick the landing, and give enough time for the characters to develop and grow into their own strengths. With that being said, I'm still excited for this show. We already seen what live action Ahsoka looks like, so I'm really excited for that. Can't wait to see live action Ezra. I saw the actress they cast for live action Sabine. She looks pretty good. She fits the role well. I think it's really well done. So can't wait to see her acting, and I can't wait to see Thrawn. I'm really excited to see how they conclude the story of Rebels, and I guess it's technically not Ahsoka, but more like Rebels season 5. Also weird how Ahsoka's getting her own show when the Clone Wars was basically her show, and it's also weird like how Hayden Christensen wants a spin-off series on Vader when the whole Star Wars, like Skywalker saga is his spin-off series. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It just shows how much care and attention, like care and love is put into each of these characters and how many stories you can tell based off each of them. So yeah, Ahsoka is kind of coming out in 2023 as well. Cannot wait to see it. And yeah, that's my most anticipated Star Wars show. And I think if they do it right, it might be my favorite Star Wars show ever. Right now, my favorite Star Wars shows are like kind of teetering, like with what do you call it? With Clone Wars. Clone Wars is still like the best Star Wars show in my opinion, and The Mandalorian. So I do think, and like Kenobi, I think as of now, I think it's like in third place. It's like competing with The Mandalorian. I'm just about to beat it. So I do think if the Ahsoka show is done well and they learn their mistakes, or like they learn what they did wrong with Kenobi and try and change that to maximize how well they can make the Ahsoka show, I do think it might be my favorite Star Wars show out there. It might be the best Star Wars show out there. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's my quick video. I don't think it's quick. This video must be like 30 minutes long or something. But that's my video on all the Star Wars shows that are coming out, which ones I'm most anticipated for, and which ones I cannot wait to watch. Kenobi still has 2 more episodes to come out, so that's 2 more weeks for me to get prepared, deal with my crap, and review it once the show comes out. I will not be able to see Lightyear or Jurassic World Dominion when it comes in theater, so do not expect reviews for those movies until like the end of the year, basically. Just letting you know, I am poor, so I cannot afford to go to a theater. But anyways, guys, that has been me. I've been CaptainPhoenix. Thank you so very much for watching. Tell me, what Star Wars show are you most excited for? What's your ranking of the Star Wars shows that are coming out, and like what are you anticipated for, and why are you anticipated for them? And I know there are gonna be some Andor supporters out there who hate me for like hating Andor. So leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll be sure to read them and, you know, heart them, pin them, whatever. Thank you so very much for watching. I've been CaptainPhoenix, and with that, I will see you in another universe.